Alright, Death Becomes You. Let's check it out. Dive right in here, start. No matter what happens, this will be the end of us. With those words stuck in my head, I bounced between really wanting to see Lyra and being stubborn. She was right to be mad. I know this, but how do I break the silence that's lasted a whole week? A silence that's created a guilt so strong that each time I close my eyes, I see how hurt she was. I miss her. What is this face? Oh, what an expression. But all I did was ask a simple question about a silly rumor. Why has it become so complicated? Is she biting her bottom lip? She was. I'm forcibly connected to the hive mind and I blink back to strange sensation. Wait, what? Hive mind? What's happening? Even though I've used the campus hive mind messaging system countless times, I'm still not used to the tingle that creeps over my eyes. I'm not used to what's happening in this story. A message flashes across the back of my eyelids. Mentor reassignment approved? Further details will be provided as soon as they are finalized. Have a nice day. And then I'm out again. Cut off from the campus hive mind with a new message stuck in my mind like a bad song. This is some freaky sci-fi stuff. I shoot up from my bed. My eyes sting mercilessly and not just from the hive mind ping. I can't believe she went through with it. She's getting rid of me? Lyra has been my mentor since I began the academy. We had a little argument, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't irredeemable. We're still friends, aren't we? Suddenly my stubbornness is a lot easier to tame. My eyes flutter, spelling out my thoughts. A sharp pain connects me to her and off it goes. I sign it with my name. Sydney. Yeah, that's fine. I'm sorry, can we talk please? Sydney. I wish the message didn't sound so desperate, but honestly, I am. She's my friend. That's why I asked about the rumors. It's because I don't want to believe them. But she had laughed at me in response. Then, she got quiet. I'd never seen Lyra so tense before. She floats around the campus with a smile on her face, and people flock to be her friend, the way that I did. The way I was. I was proud to be her friend. I still am. I am grateful that she chose to guide me through what could have been a really rough first year. Lyra always says that unless your mentor is willing to devote every waking moment to you, you'll never survive the first year. How tough is this place? Lyra is that kind of mentor, so dedicated to me that it was hard not to become as close as we did. She is the force I need to keep going on the worst of days. Okay, let's talk. My heart bucks and hope spurs me forward. I tug my shoes on and stumble out the door. Alright. Cool. I don't realize how late it is until the cold air smacks me in the face. Maybe I should get a jacket, but I want to see Lyra. I run... Whoa. That was weird. I run towards the quiet side of campus where the mentors live. I want to sort this out and to be her mentee again. I want to hear her voice. Kinda clingy here. Ha 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 ha. Ellipsis. Voices? I look around, but it's so late not even a stray is out. I definitely heard something. Ellipsis. I walk closer to where the sounds are coming from. Whoa, cool. You've got to be kidding me. Is this all you wanted to say? Lyra, it's her voice. I start running in before I can think about it. Whoa. You were quick, I'll give you that, but not quick enough. She's coming to get you. Uh-oh. Sounds like she's in trouble. Lyra's voice cuts through the silence from the balcony above. Her melodic laughter sounds different than usual to me, but I know it's her. There's no doubt that it's her voice. There's a bite to it I've never heard before, but there'll be a reason for it. Like there's a reason for the rumors. We can talk, and I know there'll be a reason. People are just jealous of her. We can definitely sort things out. From behind me, a thud, a crack, a hollow squelch. Oh god, somebody jumped or got pushed. My heart lurches into the walls of my stomach. I'm close to panicking before I even turn around, imagining the worst, hoping for the best. Seeing the worst. Lyra! Her bones jut out of her flesh at unnatural angles. Blood! Why is there so much blood? The pool of red seeps outward, as if making its way towards me. I force myself to step forward, to get closer to her. Get up. Please get up, Lyra. I can't get any closer. No matter how much I want to be there for Lyra, I can't. Lyra! Get away from her. I'm sorry. The student drags me back by my shirt collar, holding me there as she inspects every inch of me. Miss Daniela, What did you just say? Sorry? I nod. Her gaze sucks coherent thought out of me. I don't even know what I'm sorry for, but I am. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Tears drip down my face. I want to tell Lyra that I'm sorry. I want her to know how I feel. If I say it enough times, will that make all this go away? You're making this person think that you did it. Save your sorries for someone who can use them, unless she's the one who pushed her. She lets go of me like she touched something dirty. I flinch away from her, my numb body stumbling back. I scuttle backwards, my hands slipping in blood. I scream. The sound pierces my throat until I'm out of breath. Sound like a dude breathing. Oh, maybe it was. A hand, unfazed by the streaks my fingers paint on her sleeve cuff, helps me up. What happened here, City? Or is this a female? I don't know. You know me? Yes, I know you. You're Lyra's mentee. You don't know me, I suppose. My panic ebbs and flows each time I blink. I don't know what spell she's using, if she's casting magic at all. Is there magic in this game? Is that the... But I want to feel calm, so I stare deeply into her glowing green eyes. Okay, it's a girl. I'm Apolline. Apollina? Lyra might have mentioned me. Maybe not a lot, but enough that my name rings a bell. No, she never did. I'm sorry. No, don't be. That does sound like Lyra. She laughs, but no joy glitters in her green eyes. As calm as I feel, I know this person is manipulating me with some enchantment. I shouldn't be this calm, not while Lyra is over there. I pull away from Apolline, and the panic hits me again. She was doing something to me. This is why Lyra never mentioned Apolline. Apolline. Lyra would never let someone control me like that. Not when I'm only a first year and can't defend myself. Did I offend you? No. Yes. Oh. Two students run towards the scene, hand in hand. When they catch my eye, they stop suddenly. Who are they? Oh dear, and I thought 3 was a crowd. The purple-haired student glares at me and stands before the blonde, as if shielding her. We came as soon as we heard. It literally just happened. Oh, the screams. They heard the screams. The screams. We heard screams. Is she alive? No. City made sure of that. See? She does think I did it. So either she did it and she's blaming me, or she just walked by and she thinks I did it. Never should have said, if you see a dead body and, like, somebody comes up to you as you're, like, near the dead body, don't say, I'm sorry, because they're going to think you did it. Me? Danielle's eyes never meet mine, but she cuts everyone else down with a glare. The blonde shrinks behind the purple-haired students, and Apolline shuffles away from me. You found her. Was that only a coincidence? I mean, yeah, that's usually how it goes. The murderer tends to not be the one who finds them, right? Yes, How did you do it? Daniela, what are you... You heard her. She keeps saying she's sorry. What are you so sorry about? I didn't do this. Why would you apologize for something you didn't do? It's called empathy, Daniela, you cold-hearted... You can't do this, Daniela. This is murder. I didn't do this. Why should we believe you? My head snaps to the sour-faced student who won't even look at me. Her eyes never leave Daniela's. I'm her friend. I never do this to her. That's weird eye contact. I look to the one person who might have my back, but Apolline is also looking to Daniela. My last hope dies. Maybe it is a little suspicious. Please, I didn't do anything. Please believe me. Let's hope the authorities believe you. Innocent until proven guilty. This is mob mentality at its worst. Oh, I have some circumstantial evidence. Guilty. Circumstantial evidence is circumstantial. No, we can't. Sophie, we can't. Do we have any other choice, Alice? Sophie, ignore her. It's not your choice to make, Alice. Apolline, call the administrators. They can sort this out. Apolline looks at me with a weak smile. If you're innocent, Sydney, then it'll be fine. They'll find out what really happened. Doesn't always work that way. I want to agree, but what if they come to the same conclusion? What if they take the easiest course of action and blame me for it? No. No? But why worry if you're innocent? They all stare at me. I am, but I'm alone. None of these people will help me. None of these people would go out on a limb for me the way my eyes catch Lyra's knee, wrenched back at an unnatural angle. She's the only person I have. I didn't do this, but I'm scared. Her eyes are like a yellowish green. I feel a small hand touch mine. Alice, the blonde-haired student, holds my hand and smiles at me with all the radiance of a spring morning. I'm calling it right now. Alice did it. That is the creepy, freaky smile of a sociopath. She did it. We'll help you, Sydney. One of us. One of us. Gooble gobble. I don't believe that, but who else can I trust now? That smile might only be to sweeten the lies. I told you, she did it. We won't let anything bad happen to you. One of us. One of us. Then it's decided. One of us. One of us. Sophie, come with me. We need to move Lyra before this becomes bigger than us. Gooble gobble. Gooble gobble. What about us? Didn't she just promise to... I never actually watched that movie. I just saw somebody else make a reference to it and I looked it up. Didn't she just promise to take care of Sydney? You and Apolline can see that she gets back to her dorm safely. I never heard the Google Gobble thing until like a year ago when somebody else made a reference to it. As we walk away, I take one last look at Lyra. Daniela turns Lyra's face away from me, revealing the hole in the back of her skull. Sophie presses her hand against it. Jeez. Don't tamper with the evidence, Daniela. What are they doing to her? Neither of them flinch as they lift, blood dripping and broken limbs dragging along behind them. My gut grips onto my supper and I hope it stays there. What are you doing? Call the police? Where's the crime scene? As I walk away with Alice and Apolline, I hate the relief I feel knowing I'm away from Lyra's corpse. I was dying to see Lyra, but now that she's dead, I can't wait to get away. Hey, I'm Alice, but you probably already caught that. Tee-hee. I told you, she did it, man. She did it. It's Alice. It's Alice. I know she's trying to make me feel better, so I go along with it, hoping any talking is better than this guilt. I'm Sydney. I'm glad it's harder to think about Lyra while I'm talking to Alice, because I'll scream again if I do. Nice to meet you, Sydney. I force on a smile as bright as Alice's, while Lyra bleeds. Oh boy, that smile there. Nice to meet you, too. And you've already met Apolline. She's a mentor for elemental magic. Lucky for her, that's my major, so she gets to see me all the time. Alias is a narcissist. Okay. I would, if you ever showed up to lectures. Guilty. Alice, a slacker narcissist. Alice and Apolline both seem like the type that smile a lot, which is almost infectious, but it's not enough for me to shake the gloom that's gripping me. The fact that you're both smiling after, this traumatic event is disconcerting. You're a first year right, Sydney. You'll be picking a major soon. You got any ideas what it'll be? Is this a scenario where 3 or 4 of them all grouped up to kill Lyra, and now they're trying to pin it on you? No, it's a big decision. The biggest. Having a mentor makes it easier to choose. It would if they weren't such egoists. You're one to talk, Alice. Not you, Apolline. You're wonderful. Thank you, Alice. My mentor wasn't like that either. Oh, who's your mentor? Lyra. Or it used to be. Oh. She had me reassigned, so technically she's not my mentor anymore. That sounds a lot like her. That's the second time Apolline has said how something sounds like what Lyra would do. Why did I struggle to read that sentence so much? Is she rubbing in how well she knew Lyra? That's not true. Well, she usually doesn't last a semester with a mentee. She must have liked you. It's like I said, we were friends. Can I really sound so smug about it when she dropped me too? Apolline is watching me, and I get the feeling she's thinking the same thing. Friends, huh? Lyra having friends seems odd. There's nothing odd about it. We'd still be friends now if I didn't ask her stupid questions about stupid rumors. She might even be alive now if I kept my big mouth shut. I wasn't a good friend. I should have believed her, no question asked. If I had, she might. Tears choke me and I shut up. I've brought back the elephant in the room. I need to stop being such a coward. You don't need to do that to be a good friend, Sydney. Do what? Blame yourself. It's as useful as punching yourself in the face. It just hurts. I laugh a little, weakly, and just as quickly stop. I scrub away the tears with my sleeve. I can't think like that. It is my fault. The truth is, Lyra does what she wants to and has a talent for making you think you had some sort of control over it. You shouldn't take on more than your fair share of responsibility. Some people don't need a reason to make a bad choice. and letting you go is one of Lyra's bad choices. Maybe it was a good choice. For you, at least. I'd put it another way. Lyra doesn't make good choices, but rash ones. Unless Daniela is there to hold her hand, she's just a chaotic whirl of desires and passions. I don't think letting me go is one of them, though. I hurt her. Shut up, Sydney, before you say something you regret. There was a rumor about her hurting one of her old mentees. It isn't true, right? That she was taking magic from them without them knowing? I should stop talking. Why would these people be honest if Lyra couldn't be? I know it's not true. Lyra wouldn't. I was just... You were concerned, as you should be when you hear something nasty like that. Also, confirmed magic. It was a good thing you asked her about it, Sydney. When there's smoke, there's fire, and all that. But Sydney doesn't need to dwell on these things. It's over now. Appolline's eyes look so empty and my gut twists. She's telling the truth. She's never lied once, but that's what worries me. She's too clever to be telling me the whole truth. We first come to the second-year dormitory. Alice hovers by the door, taking in a deep breath. I do want to make sure you're all right, Sydney. Tonight was intense, so if you ever need a friend, my dorm room is 686. You should come and talk about whatever, whenever you want, okay? I'd like that, Alice. Thank you. Whoa. She's got closer. Alice pulls me into a hug. She smells like daisies and lavender. She moves her face so the heat of her mouth is against the crook of my neck. I'd hate to know what I smell like after all this. Don't worry about Lyra, Sydney. She whispers into my skin, quietly enough to keep Apolline from hearing. She did it to herself. Alice pulls away. I tell you, man, Alice did it. And she's like rationalizing it within her own mind that, oh, she did it to herself. And reality, she did it. It was Alice. Alice pulls away, giving me a quick peck on the cheek before disappearing into the dormitory. I scrub Alice's kiss burns from my cheek. I can't let her talk about Lyra like that. She knew what she was doing, being nice to me to cloud my judgment, but her sweet exterior must be hiding something sinister. Too much sugar is sickly. Apolline and I continue on to the first year's dorm in silence. Apolline watches me and doesn't hide it. She even boldly catches my eye when I look back at her. Did she hear what Alice said back there? I shiver at the thought. I would never have remotely considered what Alice had said. Lyra and I were about to talk it out and go back to being friends. Why would Lyra do that to herself? Don't go there. Don't, or... I sniff back the tears, trying to hold it together. I can't start crying. Not now. Not until I get back to my own room. I don't believe that Lyra would have done something like that. Why would she invite me to meet up if she was planning to? Unless she wanted me to see it. She wanted me to know it was my fault. No, she didn't. Alice was lying. That makes more sense than Lyra. Lyra? Sydney? I walk faster. I love the little walk cycle like doot, 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 doot. It's funny. The dorm is in view. I need to get there before I can deal with these thoughts. It's all my fault. The thoughts don't stop no matter how much I want them to. Maybe she did this to herself, and she wanted me to know it. What kind of friend would do that? My thoughts keep cycling, passing through the same points each time. Sydney. Lyra wasn't like that. She wouldn't do that to me, Alice, you liar. Sydney. I spin around and Apolline is holding out a tissue. I snatch it up and scrub the tears away. Alice was right. Tonight has been intense. Don't say a word, Sydney. Talk and it'll all come out. Just hold it together. I nod. It helps to rattle my brain enough as if it could disrupt my cycling thoughts and help me not cry. I was wondering, does the first year dorm still have that broken coffee machine on the third floor lounge? Yeah, I think so. Why? I want a coffee, of course. Oh, and we're here. Apolline holds the lounge door open for me, and I guess that's her way of saying she's seeing me all the way here, into my room, just like Miss Daniela asked. It doesn't work, you know. Should have said that earlier. Ah, but we're magic, remember? I perk up a little, wondering what kind of spell you could use on a coffee machine, then... Thud, thud, thud. Apolline slams her palm against the machine, and just like magic, but not quite, the coffee machine spits out a cup, filling it with sludgy brown liquid. Nothing like it. Apolline hands me the cup. After a cautious few sips, it's hard to disagree. 2 long gulps soothe the last knots of tension in my body. Apolline smiles expectantly at me when I hand the cup back. It hits the spot after such a stressful night. A little too well. I promise I haven't done anything to it, Sydney. That's not what I meant. Saying that, now I am a little worried. Apolline is a mentor, so her spells go way beyond my own. And Apolline has already proven she'd throw me under the bus if Daniela asked her to. What's to say she's not doing that now? All I can do is trust her, but nothing about the situation is reassuring. If you need to talk, Sydney, I'm here too. I guess you also want to be my friend? I snort. How gullible do these people think I am? If you want me to, do you need another friend, Sydney? After what happened to my last friend, are you sure you'd want to do that? Maybe I'm a bad omen. I don't believe that's what happened, Sydney. Then why did you say that I seem suspicious back outside? We do need to be careful. Even if I don't think it's you, we can't rule anyone out yet. That doesn't explain Daniela's accusations. Daniela knows what she's doing, and I am sure she agrees with me that we can't rule anyone out. She probably has a plan to get to the bottom of this. No, that felt like it. Shut up before you say too much. Every part of me wants to trust Apolline, but I know that's the coffee talking. There's no way I'd be so willing to bear so much to this stranger, no matter how nice her eyes are. It could be a spell. Maybe that's why I suddenly felt calmer after looking into her eyes back outside. I can't talk. Sydney, we all need someone we can trust. Please don't be afraid to trust me. Maybe. I tried to divert the conversation, the way Lyra would, to keep things light and fun, and stop us from talking about things that are too uncomfortable. You said Lyra talked about me. All the time. If only I'd known to change the topic last time Lyra and I spoke, before it was too late. What'd she say? She thought you were a very eager student, very agreeable and fun to be around. You said you were arguing? Did she say anything about it? I don't think so, but Lyra liked to keep a brave face. When you're special to so many people, you have to keep your image up. I don't think many... I can relate to that, huh? I don't think many people got to know her well because of it. She wasn't like that with me. I got to know her. She'll make you think that, but she knows how to adapt. Lyra knew she had to do that because whatever she was hiding is just too ugly a thing to forgive, no matter how special she is. I take the last swig of my coffee, trying to hide how uncomfortable her words have made me. I know Lyra like no one else does, even if Apolline thinks otherwise. I think we better call it a night, don't you? I nod. I promise to look out for you, Sydney, like a substitute mentor, though you probably won't need me very much. Lyra said you're strong, resilient even. Me? She said that about me? All the time. She never said that directly to me. We're all here for you, Sydney. Having Daniela as a mentor won't be anything like what people say it is. She's very attentive and will steer you down the right path. Wait, Daniela is going to be my new mentor? What happened to us being like prime suspect number 1? Don't be a stranger, Sydney. My office door is always open if you need an ear or tissue or coffee even. I have unlocked coffee. Oh, there's items? Interesting. Apolline leaves. The beginning of a blustering night is silenced the moment the door closes on her. I'm alone again. This game is something. I put the half-finished coffee on my desk and lay back on my bed, staring up at the ceiling. Excellent music choice. This game is very well done. Lyra, if only I hadn't doubted you. After what feels like hours, the tears finally slow down. That definitely sounds like a man breathing, right? But I can't seem to catch my breath. I smother my face with a pillow, hoping it'll do the same for my thoughts. Everything remains so loud. I'm sorry. I've ruined everything. Why aren't you here? I promised to be better if you'd come back, Lyra. There are so many things I still wanted to do together. Why did I waste the last few days we could have had together? And now they'll never come back. Then silence, as a panic burns all thoughts to a white-hot intensity and presses down on my chest. It crushes me until I'm breathless and I scream, sobbing pitiful tears into my pillow. I'm scared for my life, as scared as Lyra was when she fell. I think she was probably more scared. I'm crying all over again. I cry until I'm so tired my body shuts down and forces me to sleep. It's a dreamless sleep, haunted by Lyra. My only friend in this whole world. Gone. Lyra, I'll make this right. There must be something I can do. Music cuts abruptly. 7 days later. Sheesh. A week has passed, yet I can't say it. I can think about it in nicer terms. That Lyra's gone. She isn't here. I'm alone. I can say that I'm alone, but admitting that she's... I haven't gotten to that point, but I need to, because I can't keep this up much longer. I hold myself away, waiting for someone else to notice and to serve justice, but there is no way Lyra did this to herself. Whoever did it is still out there. I need to do something useful, but I don't know what. I've been searching the campus hive mind. What is this hive mind? Logging in religiously over the last week, looking for anything about her. Nothing is different. Even though she's gone, nothing has changed. What should have changed? Everyone knew her and adored and revered her, yet not a single person is talking about why she's not here. Turns out that no one but me cares about her. I doubt that. They can't have cared about her the same way I did. They were all fake friends. Lyra knew this. She's getting paranoid. They cared as much as their jealousy would let them, but my friendship was real. Lyra wouldn't let me hang out with her other friends because she wanted us to be closer than that. What if it had been me? Lyra would care more. She'd do more about it. I think back to that night, and the students that had been there. Oh. Can we save? The way this person acted was strange. Danielle was like Apolline. Apolline keeps saying that that's what Lyra would do. It seems like she knew Lyra well, but how come Lyra never mentioned her to me? The way this person had acted was strange. Alice, for sure, is sus. What did Alice mean by, "we'll help you," before they took the body away? Maybe I should have said Daniela. I mean, I guess we're like choosing who we think is the bad people. I should have chose Danielle and whatever. Lyra would want me to know who did this to me. I need to do that for her too. Apolline and Alice seem suspicious to me. Yeah, I should have picked Daniela. I was gonna say, like, Daniela wasn't strange. She was clearly like guilty. Whatever. Should have said who seems. This should have said suspicious. They're not strange. Whatever. I need to find out which one of them did it. All right. I guess now we think Apolline. Now it was Daniela. If I don't, when people notice she is gone, how long will it be until fingers start to point in my direction? Until Daniela convinces them it was me, just like she convinced the others. That's it. Miss Daniela is a lead. Okay, so even if you pick the wrong one, she like figures it out. Whether it's her or not, I can talk to her before investigating Apolline and Alice even more. So I was supposed to click Daniela, and the game like figured it out for me. Daniela was the first one to show up, and the first one to blame me. She touched the corpse like it was nothing. I wouldn't be surprised if she's done something like this before. Perhaps I'm letting my instincts lead me, but they're the only thing I can go by right now. I'll get Miss Daniela to talk. I don't know how, but I'll figure it out. For Lyra's sake, I have to at least try. I get lost along the way to Daniela's office, and have to backtrack along the hallways a few times. I never realized how little I came to the mentor's office wing, and the even fewer times I'd come along without Lyra's chaperoning. Lyra liked to keep her mentorship personal. Personal. Offices felt like the opposite of that to her. I imagine someone like Daniela is the exact opposite. I never met her in person before last week, but you'd have to be stupid not to know her name and what she looks like. People pray that they didn't get her as mentor. I'd lost touch with most of my cohort. I didn't need the distraction. But from what I could tell, Daniela's mentees spoke of her with the cold distances of a quaking underling. After meeting her, I could see why. Her voice commands your attention whether you want to submit or not. Submit? Interesting choice of word. Everyone at the scene blamed me just because Daniela suggested it. When I come to her door, I have to master my nerve and knock with the kind of authority she will respect. I can't show weakness. Lyra told me that much. With people like Daniela, you either stand tall or beg. I wait. Silence comes from the other side, but I checked her office hours and she should be here. I move to knock again, but the door suddenly opens. Office hours finished 3 minutes ago. Come back tomorrow. Danielle might be shorter than me, but her glare makes me feel even smaller. She looks at her watch with pursed lips before slowly shutting the door on me again. Wait. I push against the door, and it gives way far easier than I'd thought. Danielle's face shows shock, and then an embarrassed anger. I need to speak to you. Then you should have been punctual. Don't waste any more of my time. She pushes hard against the door, but it's become embarrassingly clear that she doesn't have the physical strength to best me. I want to know something about that night. Don't you know enough already? I want to know about her body. What did you do with it? Daniela releases her hold on the door. I assume that's the only invitation I'm going to get and walk in. Danielle waves away stacks of books back onto the shelf, clearing a chair for me to sit. On her desk is a strange bird. By the smell that clings to the room, it's been long dead. I run a hand along it, from the top of its downy head to the strangely smooth glass-like spread of wings. Can I get a visual of the bird here? Crystal taxidermy. It takes a lot of patience and time, both of which you are taking. It's beautiful. Daniela clicks her tongue. She seems to not like being ignored. You're a transmutation mentor, right? That's what my specialization is. Is this part of it? A small part. It's more a hobby than anything of use. She doesn't stop me, but she watches me like a bird of prey, ready to jump in should I do something wrong. This is not the corpse you wanted to discuss, Sydney. Can we get back on topic? I nod, pulling away, but there's something mesmerizing about the bird corpse's smooth transition from flesh and feathers to crystal. Lyra. A thought pops into my head, and I feel instantly sick. I'd been admiring something that could so easily be Lyra. Wait, what? Please don't let your wild fantasies get the better of you, Sydney. Daniela snorts amusedly, catching onto my train of thought before I'd come to my own conclusion. Your smile is creepy. My wide eyes and pale face must have given it away. I don't know what you did with Lyra. You could have done anything to her. And I'm an idiot for letting that happen. You are right. I could have. Her snorting laugh breaks into a saccharine giggle that doesn't suit her. It sounds flirtatious until Daniela's hard expression reveals it as an accident. She takes the sculpture from the table and returns it to a row of birds and animals, all half petrified in crystal. Crystal taxidermy has always been seen as a jovial hobby, but recently studies have identified a particular use for it. These studies verge on the edge of less agreeable magic, however. My research has been halted for now, but it was not in vain. I tried to interject, but she leaves no pause large enough, purposely pushing the conversation away from Lyra. Turning flesh to crystal allows you to see every fault in that being. With the appropriate cutting and alignment of the chevrons, bevels, and points, one can fragment the light perfectly and cause these figures to glow anew. Like life itself still resides in them. I tell you this oh, I get it. She wanted to kill a real person and turn them into one of her crystal taxidermy things, you freak! I tell you this because if I had done this to Lyra... See? If I had done this to Lyra, it would have been a sculpture nothing short of sublime. She wants to... You freak. You thought about it? She did it. That's why she took the body. Did she take the body? I think she did, right? My attention span is terrible. I yell, feeling sick. Obsessively. Imagine, Sydney, I could have preserved her body in a way that would accentuate every line of her physique. I could have perfected the density of the crystal to susurrate, I don't know what that means, when I run my hand along her cheek. It would sound much like her laugh, that constant empty ring. I guess susurrate means like make a noise. Suddenly she reins in her demeanor from her increasingly unhinged rants. But I didn't. We dealt with her body respectfully. I don't believe you. I hope that puts your mind at ease. It doesn't. I think you did it. I think you crystallized her and you keep her in your room at night and you make her cheek susurrate weird sound music. It doesn't. You freaky creature. I'm starting to think it was you, not Alice. Well, that sounds like your problem to solve. I've been honest with you. Too honest for my liking. Yeah, because you did it. When people tell you, I think you and Alice did it together, and you laughed while you did it, you sick freaks. Lyra deserved better. When people tell you they are being honest, the irony of it is an insult. Daniela, more than anyone I've met before, makes me feel that irony, because I don't know where the lie is. I want to know where she is. She is safe, Sydney. Yeah. Oh, she blinked. I know they're blinking. Danielle stands over me, and I fear pushing for an answer will have no effect on her. Yeah, you keep blinking at me. You keep blinking. Okay, I believe you. That's your first mistake, Sydney. That's why I'm smarter than you, Sydney. Because I know that Daniela and Alice did it together. With that win, Daniela returns to her seat. With my loss, I stand to leave. Our conversation is not done. You will be my mentee starting tomorrow, and I believe we have things to discuss in that regard. Do I have no choice in this? I sit down once again, but want to leave now more than ever. I've been too smug just because I forced my way in, but Daniela has all the power here. You've been missing your lectures. Why? I thought the reason was obvious. Too obvious. Try to make it less obvious. Attend classes, see your friends, and let your life go back to normal. Alright, I think this is a good spot to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked that, please subscribe and check out some of my other videos.